Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy that you found our budget fam. I'm Lili, a 39-year-old coffee-loving, cash-stuffing babe, and here we're all about real-life budgeting and honest chats. So if you're into budgeting, saving, or just love cozy vibes and a good chat, hit that subscribe button and let's jump into it. So I've got my coffee here. We're sitting in my office. I normally have a filming station that I film in, which is why it's a little bit of a different setup. Today I couldn't use that area as we've got the cleaner coming today. So I am working on our budget binders today, which I really wanted to do a cash stuffing this week, but I just have not been able to do it. As most of you know, life has been a little bit tricky the last couple of months. So myself and my husband have not been working. I have had Boss Girl Budget's Etsy store as my only income, and my husband has been doing a few little odd jobs here and there. So income has not been steady. So I have not been cash stuffing at all. We've just been using our income to pay for food, bills and rent. But now we're starting to get a little bit better. Boss Girl Budgets is starting to pick up a bit again for the end of the financial year. And we have been selling stuff from our house as well. So things that we are no longer using in the shed, we've been selling on Marketplace and things like that. So we've got a little bit of income coming in, which is good. And hopefully our jobs will be getting a lot... what am I trying to say? Our jobs will start coming in soon as well. So that is good. But what I wanted to do today is go through our binders, set them up for the new system because we're still not as good as we were before. We're not in the best position still. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through these and we're going to see what we can get rid of, and I'm also going to set up my new savings binder with some new challenges because I love a refresh. I find that when you get into these kind of bad patches and demotivating stages of budgeting, it's always nice to use a little bit of a refresh to get your head around where you're at, but it also gives you some little positivity in budgeting and just gives you a little uplifting feeling. So that's what we're going to do today. So what I'm going to start with is our everyday binder. This one's super easy. This is what I take out with me every day. So obviously car juice, this one's going to stay because we need petrol. My envelope is going to stay. Bare necessities I'm going to keep, and groceries obviously I'm going to keep. And then in the back here I have my extras. So this is for things that I don't necessarily need, but I usually try to take it with me just in case. So this one is my eating out fund. This is my entertainment fund. And then here I've got my coffee fund and then my back to bank envelope. So I'm going to keep them in, but I'm not going to use them very much. And that's why I've got this little divider in here as well. So I'm going to leave that as it is. We don't need to make too many changes in that one. All right. And then what I've done as well, which I will show you a quick glimpse, I'm using my new budget breakdown tracker. I'm not going to be changing this up very much each week. I'm just going to leave it as it is for a little while. But I've kind of gone through and just done my rent and my bills. And then I've done the smallest amount of savings challenges, a small amount of sinking funds, and a small amount of weekly expenses. So that's what I'm going off for the next few weeks. Normally, back in the day, I would have written out my budget each week, but I don't really need to do that at the moment because it's not changing very much. Our income is pretty much, we're designating a certain amount each week to this, so I know exactly what's coming in at the moment, and we're just going to go from there. When we start getting jobs again, then I can start upping it, but for now I'm just going to leave it as it is. Let's go into let's do sinking funds. So this is my sinking funds binder. This is my main sinking funds. So in this one, we have got identity, which is driver's license, passports, that kind of thing. So I'm going to keep that one. Vitamins, this is important because I have anemia, so I need to have my iron tablets, and I also need my vitamin D tablets. And then my husband has vitamin D and vitamin B, so that I'm going to keep. Self-care, I'm obviously going to keep. And then in the back here, these are ones that we're not going to be doing at the moment. So medical, what I'm doing with medical is I'm going to be doing that as a savings challenge, and then once the savings challenge is complete, then I'm going to put it into here. Gifting, this is non-essential, so if I've got some extra money, it will go in here. If not, it doesn't really matter. And the same with entertainment. So entertainment, I'm now going to be doing as a savings challenge. So if I've got the money and I can put it in there, that's great. If not, doesn't matter. It's not an essential. And that's it for this savings sinking funds binder. Oh my gosh, I haven't filmed a video in so long. It's so weird being here. I have missed talking to all of you because it does give me a lot of motivation, and I've really been lacking that lately, so it's nice to be back with you all. Okay, this is my second sinking funds. This is my home and car. So this one I really want to try and keep going with, but I'm not going to be stuffing essentials. So what I might do is I might put the ones I'm not stuffing at the back. So furniture I'm going to keep trying to do because we do need to keep that going. Home decor, not an essential. Appliances is an essential, so I'm going to put that one at the front. And then future home, that's just extra money that I can stuff for when we do get our future home. So I'm going to focus on these two, try and stuff them every week, but these ones I will do only if I absolutely need to. Essentials is kind of the extra envelope from my what's it called, in my weekly binder. I have my bare necessities, so if I don't spend that, I normally roll it over into my essentials. So if that's the case, then that's fine, we can do that. If not, then it doesn't really matter. And then we have my car. So in this one, we're going to keep this really basic as well. So Lance is my envelope for my car. So this I use for like coolant, oil, that kind of thing. Tires and brakes and car service. So I'm going to put car service at the front, tires and brakes at the front, and Lance at the back, just so I know what order we're going in. And I'm going to try and cash stuff all of those ones each week if we can. Oops. Okay, next up is my I'll go through this one. So this is my 2K challenge. I set this binder up at the start of the year because I was really hoping that I'd be able to stuff this one, but I haven't been able to, so it's just been sitting there. So I'm bringing it back out, and in July I'm going to try and start this one. So it's just a small increment each week, and then hopefully at the end of the year we'll have 2K. My biggest thing at the moment is that we have used up our emergency fund as backup for the last few months that we haven't had much money. So I need to get that emergency fund back up and running. So this is the plan. This is going to be our emergency fund. I know it's only little and I really wanted it to be done already. but there is no way that we would have been able to get that sorted at the start of this year. So this one we're going to start in July. So what I'm going to do is we're going to put July as the first month, and this is what I love about this challenge, is that you can start this any time of the year. So we're going to start it in July, so I'm going to move all of these to the front, and we're going to put these ones at the back. So starting in July means that we will end this in June next year. I know it sounds so far away, but that's okay. So that's that one. And then we have got these two left. So this is actually, no, let's do this one first. So this one here is my Christmas binder. I have not touched this binder all year, which I'm really sad about as well. This is another one that I was hoping to start in January and just keep going, but that's okay. We're going to start it again. So in here I've got feasting, which we're going to need, gifts we're going to need, clothing. I always buy something, even if it's a t-shirt or pajamas, so I'm going to keep that one. It might not be as much as we would normally have, but that's okay. Even just the t-shirt will make me happy. Traditions, this is for I normally do a snow globe every year, and then I also do a stocking for everyone in our house. So this one I'm going to keep as a essential, but if I don't get to it, it's not going to be the end of the world. And then just in the back here, I've got the non-essentials. So if we don't get to them, it's okay. If we do, it's great. So I've got decorations, hosting, and giving. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stuff these front ones and then only worry about those back ones if we need it. I might not even get to all the front ones, which will be sad, but that's okay. So that's my Christmas binder. And then last up, we're going to be using my personal binder. So as you can see, I don't have as many binders as I used to, but that is okay. This one is my own personal one. This one does not get stuffed with my weekly income. This one gets stuffed with bonus Etsy money, and it also gets stuffed with any money that I acquire myself. I haven't been stuffing this at all this year because of the fact that anything I've earned from Bosco budgets and anything I've earned from sales of my own stuff needs to go into our weekly income because we're not bringing in enough, which is fine. So this one has not been touched. I'm going to keep it in the mix though, because hopefully I can start building on it again. So let's have a look. So this binder is not one of mine. This one is from an American store called Willow. She was Willow Horror Shop and now she's Willow Budget Shop, I think. So I love her stuff, especially the horror stuff. So I have got this one set up for myself. All the other binders are mine. But the envelopes I made myself. So hobbies is still in there. Head to toe, this is my clothing fund. So this will get filled with the savings challenge. This is my own personal savings. And then I have my gaming fund. This is for my Nintendo Switch subscription and any games I want to get on there, but I don't really use it very often because I don't play my Switch much. And then technology, this is for anything that I need, like headphones, or if I need a laptop or anything like that, a new phone. And then in the back here, these are all my personal savings challenges, so I don't get to these very often. But I have got my tattoo fund in here, so I'm going to remove this one because there is no way that I'm going to be able to get that anytime soon, and it's not a priority for me. So I'm going to remove that one. I'm going to keep the cash in there though. This one here is my Funko Pop challenge, which I don't know why, but my challenge was not in there. So this is going to go back in. And then I'm going to remove laptop fund. There was a bit of an emergency with the dentist and I needed money, so I've taken it from here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, I've decided that the laptop is going to come from Boss Girl Budgets because that's what I need it for anyway. So I'm going to use that as a business expense eventually, but I don't need it right now. So I'm going to take the laptop fund away and I'm going to introduce the Lucana Fund Challenge because this is a new hobby for me. I collect Funko Pops obviously, but I have started collecting Disney Lucana cards. So I've made this little challenge. It kind of, I know it's silly and I'm an adult and, you know, I've never collected cards before, but I just think this is such a fun way to keep me motivated, and it cheers me up every week or whenever I buy them, because we do give ourselves a little bit of spending money each week. It's normally like $20, which means I can normally afford to get one of these at least, and it just gives me a little hobby to do when I'm feeling down. As most of you know, I have issues with spending habits. I've never been very good when I'm depressed or upset or bored. I shop, and so I always try and find something that I enjoy doing and not take it away when I'm budgeting. So it was Funko Pops, it still is, but I do really like these as well. I'm a bit of a collector, a bit of a hoarder. But yeah, I really enjoy this, and it doesn't break the bank, I guess, because I choose this over things like hairdressers and nail salons, all of those kinds of things. I don't really use them. I don't get my eyebrows done. I don't get my hair done. I do it all myself. I don't get my nails done anymore. So I just think to be able to have something like this that makes me feel good and makes me feel happy, it's just something. So I thought if I do it as a challenge, it means I don't buy them until the challenge is finished, which is also a little bonus because it keeps me motivated. So Lucana and Funko Pop funds, and I'm going to not do another challenge because I think that's enough at the moment. As you know, I don't have a lot of funds to play with. So if that's my two challenges for my personal self, and what I'm going to do with this is afterwards, I will split it between those two as a Kickstarter, and that will start me off. So that's my personal binder. So hopefully we'll be able to add some money to it, but it's not the end of the world if we don't. Now, last thing and the most exciting thing is my new savings challenge binder, and I have got my savings challenges here all ready to go. I do have a savings challenge binder already, which is this one, but I thought I would give this new one a go because these are new in my shop. I'm really excited about them, so I'm gonna have mine here. Thought I would use that one, and this one I'm going to go through this. I'm going to remove the money in here because this challenge is not working for me, and we'll start splitting it between these guys. My Oopsie Daisy fund, I am now changing that one because that was my medical challenge, so I'm changing that one into my new health insurance savings challenge. So let's put that one in first. All right, so health insurance, and we are starting with $210, and I will go through the tracker after the video. All right, next up, so I do my season challenges every season. So I was doing this in summer, and obviously it is now winter, and I have not been doing this challenge this year. So we're going into the winter fashion challenge. So let's pop that one in. And then I was doing the slow and steady. We finished that challenge, and that went towards my flights for when I went to the UK earlier in the year. So I'm just going to remove that one. We don't need that anymore. And then the last one I was doing was the $300 challenge. This is for my kids' funds. I kind of have this as a backup in case our kids need anything from us. They are grown up now. They're 22 and 25, so they kind of take care of themselves, but I always like to have something handy in case they need assistance. So I've got a little bit in here already, but I'm actually going to change the 300 challenge to my Wednesday challenge. I just wanted a little bit of a change up, and this one's really cute and it doesn't get enough love in my store, and I just thought I'm going to give this one a go. So we're going to do that one. That one in there, and then I've got this money here. I'm going to put it in there and then fix the tracker after. And then what I normally do with this one is once I've finished the challenge, I then put it into my kids SOS fund. This is the bigger challenge, so normally when I finish that one it goes into this one. So I might put this envelope into one of my sinking fund binders. So let's pop that to the side. And then I have my movie night challenge. This one is completed and it's still sitting in here. So I'm going to keep this one to the side, and I'm going to start a new date night challenge. So for that, we are going to do one of my horror challenges. This one comes in a set, and I'm just using one of them at this time. It comes in a set of 6, and it does have Chucky, Freddy Krueger, it's got It the Clown, Jason, and what's the other one? I can't remember what the other one is, but anyway, it does come in a pack, which I think they're really, really cute. They're also quite mini challenges. This is the highest one and it saves $40. I think the other ones save between $30 and $35. So yeah, nice little mini challenges. So I'm going to use this one for my date night one, which is very cool. And then last one, we are going to do the breakfast club. So this one I thought would be really cute to do because my husband and I used to go to breakfast every Sunday. So we used to go out and grab like a big breakfast at the local cafe, and we don't do that anymore, obviously because we don't have a lot of income coming in. So I thought what I would do is I will use this one and I will save, and when it's finished we can take ourselves out for that breakfast that we would normally do, because we've not been spending as much time together as we used to. So I thought that would be quite nice to do. And so that is it. That's all the savings challenges I'm going to be working on. And I love this little folder to keep them in. So we've got health insurance, winter fashion, Witch Please, the date one, and then the breakfast one. So I think that's really cute. What do you guys think? Alright, that is all I have time for today. I hope you really enjoyed this video. It wasn't a normal one that I would normally do, but it gets you all caught up on what is going on in Boss Girl Budget's world. So I hope you all have a lovely week, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye guys.